Brother Ben Dowling going into the music of the spheres and pulling down the exact chords that we need for the practice of our meditation. We appreciate Reverend Susan Shahani for bringing forth the reading and the wonderful prayer to move us into the space that's so important. This is probably one of the most important things, if not the most important things that you can do every single day. That is to extract your attention from the world of effects, the world of appearances, the world of circumstances, the world of situations, people, places, and things, and to come back to yourself. To have a spiritual realization of your oneness with the presence of God. It's the most important thing. Do you realize that so many people, when they wake up in the morning or even through the course of their day, their mind is focused on their reaction to someone else. They're thinking about how they're going to respond to someone, react to someone or a circumstance or a situation. That's called living in secondary causative factors. You're living in the world of effects. You're thinking about someone else before you're thinking about yourself. That's mental slavery. You're here to wake up so that your first thought is your connection with the presence of God, which is love and beauty and intelligence, power, creativity, order, harmony, so that you're not strategizing and reacting to someone. You're actually making contact, soul contact with the presence. Now, as that begins to be your first movement of the day, your first thought of the day, you become duly empowered by the presence that's never an absence. And the laws, the universal laws of the universe start to respond, as they're always responding, to the nature of our song. But the nature of our song is oneness, unity, wholeness, not woundedness, not fear, not doubt, not worry. So that we move into the world as a whole being, equipped to download the intelligence and to reflect and to reveal the presence as only we can. I want you to contemplate what I just said and just notice your own thought patterns when you wake up. What's so-and-so thinking about me? How am I going to do that? What if? Mental slavery. You're emancipating yourself today through the art and the science of meditation, paying undistractable attention to reality, capital R. Our sacred service, our spiritual community is dedicated to having a sense of oneness about who and what we really are, and then finding our way and our place in the fray, in the world of effects, but not as a reaction to the world of effects, but as a response from the presence which creates our destiny. What is your destiny made up of? Your attitude shapes your character, and your character forms your destiny. In the old days, people thought karma created your destiny. Back in the days where ignorance reigned supreme, and the best that people could do was say that their karmic propensities created the destiny of their life. Now, karma, of course, is the energy, you receive the energy that you put out, but it can't create destiny. All it can do is create starting points, that's all. And wherever you're starting is where you're starting. Attitude, character, destiny. So you think about every single day as an incarnation. Every day is a different incarnation. Think about it like that. Today is my incarnation for today. Don't think about, 70, 80, 90 years as an incarnation. Think every single day is an incarnation. And today, fresh starting point. Connected, never neglected, never dejected. Connected. My response is whole, clean, authentic. I walk on the planet as an ambassador, as a representation, as a representative of the presence that is never an absence. And then what happens? Life is on your side. The law responds to the nature of your song. The world starts to form itself around your frequency and vibration. You're duly empowered. You're not a victim. You're not labeling yourself a victim. No. Destiny is calling you via the character, which is the etch of God on your soul, and your attitude. And guess what? Here's the deal. You determine your own attitude. Give up your victim badge. You determine your own attitude. I'm not saying that bad things haven't happened. I'm not saying that bad things haven't happened to you. But I'm saying you're duly empowered right this second, right now. Raise your frequency. Shift your attitude as we practice the art and the science of meditation. Let's do this. Put yourself in a comfortable sitting position. If you're sitting in a chair, have your feet on the ground. If you're in lotus posture, you know exactly what to do. And you're also aware, for those of you who are yogins, that practice yoga, that practice Tai Chi, practice Qigong, you are aware that that is a meditation, but yoga was actually developed to prepare yourself for meditation. It's not a thing by itself. I mean, in America, it becomes a thing. We're going to do yoga. And that's beautiful. But it's actually preparation for meditation. That's why it was developed, so that your meridians are flowing, so there's a level of flexibility, it's a level of focus, so that you can actually sit without distractions, because your body has been taken care of. So I invite you to sit. Close the outer eyes. Give permission for the inner eye to open. You may even want to touch it a little bit, as Pythagoras learned in Kemet how to activate that eye. Hands in an upward position or in your lap upward. And what is your intention here? Your intention is not merely to better yourself. Your intention is to know yourself as the whole spiritual idea that you already are. They cannot be improved. This is why Jesus the Christ said, who by taking thought can add 1 cubit to their stature. You cannot improve upon what the presence of God has already created. So this is not self-improvement. This is self-realization. Awakening, which in the world appears as improvement in your life, but it's actually a revelation of what's already here. A seed, as it becomes a plant, it's not improving. It's revealing its intrinsic nature. So we sit with the intention to wake up, to have a realization of our oneness with the presence. And we are literally paying attention to our intention. It becomes a feeling. We extend our awareness to include the body breathing. There's a sacred breath happening. The full breath is the inhalation and the exhalation. and it's happening presently. So the awareness of the breath keeps us present. We cultivate a pure reverential alertness, which is pure listening, not merely with the ears, but with our entire being. We are available. And we catch inspiration, guidance, wisdom, whisperings of the Spirit based on our intention. If you're suffering from an intention deficit disorder, then you pick up everything in the world. But if you have an intention, it narrows what can come into your awareness. Our intention is to realize our oneness with God. Breath is keeping us present. We're in a deep listening state. And we start today with the awareness that this is a new incarnation, and this is the first time in this incarnation we have ever meditated. If the mind drifts into inner conversation, fantasy, you just notice it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what the mind does. It spins tales and clears energy and chemicalizes. You just watch it. Come back to the breath and begin again if you've gotten caught. If you haven't gotten caught and you're just witnessing it, then you're becoming aware that you are the witness and not the stuff passing through. Where's your attention? Be mindful of your attention and be aware that there are countless beings throughout planet Earth tuning in right now and practicing with us. You're not alone. The presence of God is surrounding you. The love of your ancestors is enveloping you. The frequency of the angelic realm is healing you. And God itself is your very life and being. And with all of these beings around the world practicing with us right now, we're creating a kind of a high tide in consciousness for our own individual environments and for a global environment. A kind of a clearinghouse. And anyone connected with us right now at any time, whether it's on their archive later or right here in this present moment, when any one of us has an insight or a revelation of truth about us, it lifts the entire group. It affects us all. We're quantumly entangled together via our intention, our practice, our oneness with God, our oneness in the quantum field. So we give thanks for everyone joining in and participating together. We're literally, not just metaphorically, changing the world, changing the agreements, changing perception, changing beliefs. The world is changing, and our inner world is changing based on our sitting with intention. minding your mind, being mindful and heartful. You're noticing what's passing through. You're noticing sensations of the body, emotional patterns. But you're also noticing that you are the noticer. You're not what's passing through. You're the pure awareness with elevated choice, choosing this day to serve inspiration, to serve love, to serve God, to serve peace, to serve joy. You're extricating your attention from the world of effects and the thought forms of such world, becoming free and liberated, expanded and spacious, joyous, happy. The joy that doesn't come from the world, but is revealed as your intrinsic nature. And so we enter into a prayerful tryst with the presence that we've been communing with. But standing upon the tiptoe of the nowness of this moment and peering over into the promised land of our own being, where we have such a gratitude and such thankfulness that we are alive, that we are awake. We shake off the dust and the grit from the world of effects and misperceptions of reality and false beliefs about who we are, and stand in the bright sunlight of this new day, this new incarnation, this day born again into a day so full of brightness and lightness and beauty and love and intelligence and absolute bliss. And all of these qualities being infinite, we have a whole nother incarnation today to revel in these qualities and to circulate them as best we can. Oh, we're recognizing this presence that is everywhere. We recognize it. We re-know it again and again and again and again. I am what thou art, and thou art what I am. We're recognizing the presence everywhere, and because it is everywhere, we know that it must be where we are. Not a little bit of it, but all of it must be where we are, because all of it is everywhere. So all of the power and all of the presence and all of the love is right where we are. That's unity. That's oneness. And from this consciousness of oneness, I speak the word. For each and every one of us all around this globe, stopping in this moment to be free together. That we may be free, that we may be liberated, no longer constricted or restricted by thought forms of separation, but to be unrestricted and unfettered beings, soaring as divine light and luminosity. Oh, I speak the word today for each and every one of us, that wholeness reigns supreme, that divine joy is the order of our day, that divine and harmonizing prosperity and abundance is the order of our day, that divine health and harmony and well-being and wellness and strength and vitality and flexibility, oh, these are the order of our day, and our steps are ordered by the law of increase, the law of success, the law of wellness, the law of beauty, the law of joy, the law of happiness, the law of health and wealth and well-being. Our steps are ordered by the Lord, the great law of life. This is a great day. This is a great incarnation. We're free today. Oh my God, why don't we just give up all of the stories of lack and limitation in our life? Drop them right now. Just drop the story. Drop the complaint, so that you can be a divine fiat of transformation in the planet and on the planet, as the answer, as the solution to all that ails humanity. And you know what ails humanity? What causes 100% of the suffering? Humanity's inability to see reality and their connection with it. Not you, not here, not now. We're free today. This incarnation, exuberance reigns supreme. Thank you, life. Thank you, God. Thank you, universal presence. Thank you, law of life. We revel in gratitude and in thanksgiving today that it's already done and is unfolding through and as us. We once again are grateful for the thousands upon thousands of people tuning in right now from around the world, developing a center of coherence where the center is everywhere. It's not local. The center is everywhere. And the circumference is nowhere. Thank you, life. We give thanks, and we allow it to be so. And so it is. Even now, and with all the changes going on the planet, especially now. Amen.